Hey there. And in this video, we'll be going over the December market update for the Portland metro area. My name is William Singh. I'm a local real estate agent in the Portland, Oregon area, and we'll be diving into a little bit more on where the market's at right now. So this is the market action. This is something that is published by the RMLS, which is the local MLS system, which uh, we'll notice that we're at zero point 0.6 months of inventory. This is really, really low. Essentially, this is about 2.5 weeks of inventory. So that means that if someone or if we stopped listing houses, that all of the inventory would be gone in about 2.5 weeks. That is an insane number. Uh, Typically, a healthy market in Portland has been historically between 2 to 4 months of inventory. As you'll notice that 2019, this is a little bit more closer to where we were in a healthier market where it was not as crazy of a seller's market. You'll notice that we're still at a quite a high of a sale price increase. So 15.8% appreciation. Essentially, if you were wanting to buy a home, if you bought a home last year at 494, then it would have increased in value to 571. So again, one of those things where I personally believe that investing in real estate is something that will help build your wealth, especially in areas where there is quite a bit of appreciation. Note that appreciation typically is anywhere between that 3 to 5% annually over maybe a 30 to 50-year time frame. So just realize that it is still a little crazy in that regard. We'll be kind of diving down. We are still seeing kind of the same cyclical trends that we usually see, where in January, February, there's not a ton of inventory, but as we hit March, it does start increasing a lot more. This is based off of 2019 for this blue line, 2020 for the green line, and then this red line was 2021. As you'll notice that the inventory is still significantly lower, but we do have a little bit more inventory that happens in July and September, and then we'll kind of decrease from there. And with that, we'll kind of dive down into the average total market time. So this kind of shows the average sales, and we'll see that as time kind of goes on, the average market time definitely does decrease, usually during these months, and then kind of bumps back up. So if you're a buyer who's looking to buy, you're going to have this is going to be probably one of the prime times. Once you kind of get into here, you're going to face even more competition because you're just going to see a lot more homes go on for sale, but there's also going to be a lot more offers and things of that nature going on. So this is the average and median sale price. As you'll notice, it has continued to go up. So let's say that you had bought a house. We'll do the median just because that's a little bit more of like middle of the market, but a house in 2013 that was worth close to 275. That house would now be much closer to 475. That is $200,000 that you have basically put into a forced piggy bank. And just another one of those things where, again, the reason why I sell real estate or have helped people buy real estate is because of the fact that I truly do believe if you hold on to real estate, it will improve your wealth and build your financial future. If you can also make sure that you have this fit your lifestyle, then it is a perfect combination that will help you along your life. So, kind of jumping into the median sales price. You'll notice that in the Beaverton area, we have around 500, and then Hillsborough is about 496, close trailing. And then this Tiger to Alton Sherwood area is at 589, so definitely getting a little bit more expensive. As you actually get into West Portland, it is about 615. So still getting higher when you get closer into the city. And for Lake Oswego and Westland, no big surprise here. It's at 860. This is definitely a little bit more bigger homes and a little bit more higher end homes. In Milwaukee, we actually have 515. So this is one of those things where note that it does kind of go out to this area. So just realize that if we're looking specifically at Milwaukee, this will probably be a little bit higher. So Southeast Portland at 465, and then Northeast Portland at 485, and then North Portland at 483. So as you can see, kind of like when you're closer in, the cost is going to be much higher, but as you kind of move out, it does get actually a little bit cheaper in certain areas. But for example, this Oregon City, it's actually a little bit more expensive, but you usually have a little bit more land with this along with bigger homes. So just keep that in mind as well. So I'll be going over the market action index, and this is an index that will kind of tell you a little bit more on the where the market is at in that particular area. So note that there is a lot of submarkets within the Portland area, and that they're all kind of different, as I will explain here shortly. So within Portland, we're actually at 69. We've been hovering at this market action index in the 69, maybe like 65 to 71 ish for a while. So kind of you'll notice that we're kind of hovering in this, and the median price has definitely increased. Sorry, kind of leveled off a little bit more, and we'll actually jump into these other little smaller submarkets. So Beaverton is at 95. This is huge. So you'll notice that we're going from Portland, where it's at 69, and then we're going over to Beaverton, where it's 95, which means that it's very much more of a seller's market. So again, even if you're going into a different area, it changes drastically in terms of like what you're wanting to do. We are at 35 homes. This is very, very low in this area. And hopefully over time we're going to be having more coming in here, but in terms of demand, I don't really see the demand decreasing that significantly. We'll be jumping into Tigard, which is getting a little bit better. So we're at 86, which is better than last month, and hopefully with time and more inventory that will decrease. But again, I'm not sure whether or not it will increase dramatically this spring in terms of more buyers coming on and whatnot. So there we have 12 homes, or 12 single family homes. I'll also make a contrast between that and condos. So condos are typically actually a little bit lower for the demand, and this is just typically what happens. And then we're going to jump into Hillsborough, which is at 90, which is still a little bit better than Beaverton, but not by a ton. And we are at currently 34 houses, and then you can see kind of the median list price going up and down. Then we'll be going into the Lake Oswego area. So this is definitely a much higher price point than a lot of people or a lot of other areas. So just kind of keep that in mind. Remember, this was at the 860 mark. So you're going to have less buyers that are qualified up to that amount and also want to live in that area as well. And we're at inventory of 36 right now. So the median list price is close to 2.187 million. So that's quite high. Another thing that these are great at is they actually also kind of show you what each price point is. I'll actually move my base for a second. In terms of like, okay, this is the average quartile, or the 25%, or lowest quartile would be 195 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and you're looking at 679 as the median price for that quartile. So as you kind of move up in terms of bedroom, bathroom, acres, and the square footage, obviously the price will go up as well. Milwaukee is another one of those ones that we're at 88, so it's actually gotten a little hotter from last month. We are at 20 houses. The median price is actually at 530. So remember when I was saying Milwaukee was a little bit higher, it's at about 15 grand higher than this entire area. And in terms of the median price, looks like you're kind of at the lowest quartile of the 3-bedroom, 1-bath. We're at 447. So with all that, this is kind of the current market we're in. If you have any other questions about real estate, how to buy, when to sell, things of that nature, would be more than happy to answer any questions along that line. Again, I want to be a resource for you because of the fact that This buying and selling process is a huge emotional and financial venture, and you should have someone you trust that can help you guide you through all this and help you make those decisions. You can feel free to give me a call, text, email me back, and I look forward to talking with you.